too long. So Mike, what I would like you to do is push the share, because you're the one that wants to do it on yours right now, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So just press share screen.
Okay. And just.
And then it'll come up and it'll ask like, what do you want to show? And just press desktop. There you go. Good job. Okay.
I'm a big boy now.
You are. Okay, so now we're going to go into your browser and type in manychat.com. How's everybody this morning?
Good.
Oh. Perfect. So this should only take us about 15 minutes to set up from start to finish. It's really, really quick. And then anytime that you want to add a new ad in, it's quite fast. So get started for free. I believe it's a 14-day free trial, so you can try this for 14-day, Mike, before you actually buy in. But it click sign in with Facebook. What happens after the I bought in right away because I knew I wanted it. It was $10 a month, but you can upgrade to Pro, I think, at any time. So just go continue as Mike and say okay, and then I think it'll ask you what page you want to use. Yep. So go connect. So for me, I had like 5 pages there because I have a crap ton of pages, but people will only have one to pick from. And then it'll go right on into what we're going to be starting. So this first thing, most of this, we're just going to skip right through. It's going to send you, Mike, personally a message, and so just go get started.
Okay.
Okay, it really doesn't matter. You can click on Blogger. We're not going to use this welcome message anyway. So, but for playing around later, you could always, like if you wanted to more automate everything, you could do this. And actually make a welcome message with like your photo and do all that stuff. I actually did all this because, but you can just go skip this step. It should be right below. Yeah, right there. Yeah, you don't have to change it. Just go skip this step. Honestly, if you want to do that later, this won't be enabled, so nothing like that's going to send. Okay. So just go skip this step. It's under, yeah, perfect. Or it's over.
Oh, there it is.
Yeah, sorry. I'm like, nobody can see my fingers ever. And then just go skip this step. Finish onboarding at the bottom.
Of course, I got the thing right in my way here.
Oh yeah, you gotta. Yeah, mine always shows up on the side now because I'm like, it annoys me. And you can actually even move it to the very top of your screen too. Okay, now go to dashboard. Okay, so right now you have 0 active subscribers, and that's fine. We're actually going to go over where it says growth tools, and there's like a little magnet there. Yeah. This is pretty much the only thing that you're going to use. Okay, so on the side, now you might have to move your bar again. I don't know where your bar is, but it says new growth tool at the top, and it's a blue button.
Okay, got it.
Cool. Now we're going to scroll down until we see Facebook comments. And it should be right there under Messenger URL. Yep. Perfect. So now here is where we set up our ads that we want the ManyChat to work on. Okay. So sorry, just a sec. I can't talk now. So with the select a post, is the post that you want to use, has it been recently posted on your page within 20 posts, or do we need to go get the ID number?
No, it's been recent.
Okay, so go select a post. It should show up. You can just go down until you find it. Hopefully it's on there. If it's not, then we have to go take a couple extra steps, but that's okay. It's good to walk through. Oh, there it is, isn't it? This one?
No.
Ooh, Shauna, I'm just gonna mute you. Love, there you go. Yep, okay, so yeah, just go select. So if you guys don't have a post that's like immediately in that first 20, all you would have to do is go into your business manager, click on, go to your business page, click on the post that you want, or if it's a ghost post like I use, go find the notification for the post that you want, click on that post. If it's a video, make it like the full screen one. Click on the video, get it to play, right click right away, and it'll come up and it'll say show URL, and you can just copy and paste that URL and stick it into there and say this is the ID that I want to use. Okay, so other than that, that's pretty simple. Down here we're going to click this little box that says I confirm that the selected post is explicit. You're going to click this next one that says track first level comments only. So if somebody comments on your post like 3 times, like replies to you a whole bunch of times, ManyChat's only going to message them once.
Okay.
Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. When a user leaves a comment, send a message after how many minutes do you want it to wait? Do you want it to send seconds after they comment? Do you want immediately? Most of the ones that I've done for myself has been anywhere between 5 and 7 minutes, so it doesn't seem too automated. Some people have done 3 minutes, and like Corey, he does 3 minutes, so you can pick whatever you want in there. 5 minutes, perfect. Now these next 2 things, you don't have to put anything. It is just going to message anybody that comments on your post. I did on mine put scam and scheme as was those 2 words. If those words come up, then it's not going to message them. But most people just put it as message everyone, because even if it's somebody that's giving you negative feedback, it's just gonna send them the initial hey, how are you doing, whatever you first send your leads anyway. And honestly, those negative people, you can deal with them later and block them.
Yeah, but even on that, if someone was just asking if it was a scam, then they would get excluded, right?
Exactly. So Corey puts nothing here. This is completely up to you guys whether you want to do that or not. I did on some of mine and I didn't on some of mine. But if you wanted to, you could just put scam, comma, scheme, whatever words that, if you typically get a lot of negative feedback, I guess that would be a good option for you. But if you're not getting too much, like I don't get very much on my one post because it's a video of my son, like it's just him singing, so I don't get very much negative feedback. But if you did, that would be where you would go to exclude them. So Mike, if you're not going to exclude anybody, that's fine, just click the next button. Okay, so here's where you change what you want it to say. Okay, so for mine, I put exactly, because I start all of my conversations the same, so I put exactly what I write. Now, one thing I want to show you, Mike, if you click on that blue button that says full name, you can change this to just be their first name. So use the drop down bar, and it'll auto populate their first name, whatever they have with Facebook, into that. Okay. So it makes it really personalized. The fallback, click on that again. Sorry, I just want to show one more thing. The fallback there, if by chance Facebook, they don't have a first name, or it's something that ManyChat doesn't recognize as a first name, it'll say, hey there. Now you can change that, like mine's hello friends, like I put friends there instead, or hey you, or you could put whatever you want there instead of there. Oh my gosh, I said there a lot. But you can put whatever you want as a fallback in case Facebook doesn't auto-populate it. If you're okay with hey there, then leave it. But I just wanted to point that out for anybody that was doing it.
I like the friend one.
Okay, cool. I personally, just because I'm grammar phobia. I would capitalize F, but that's me.
I was actually going to do it, but I was like, I'm wondering if she's going to worry about it.
No. Okay, so, and if you like hey, that's cool. I changed mine to hello because that's normally how I speak. Or you could go what's up, or however you normally speak. Put that there as the first word. If you like hey, that's cool.
Yeah, works for me.
I'm recording, so maybe after. Okay, and then what I did is I actually went after that exclamation mark is I put an enter because I like space between my words. I don't like it to be one big clunk. But that's completely up to you. Yeah, like just like that. And then you can also, instead of writing what they wrote, I would write what you always write to your leads first thing. And nobody.
I don't know if that's doing any good for me.
Well, okay. How after your first message, how do they reply to it normally?
Actually, lately I've gotten a lot of people that ask for more info, and then I reply, "Hey, so and so, how are you doing? What has you looking for something different online?" And then
I know Corey writes, what got you interested in my ad, or what's got you interested in looking for a change. I always start with, hey, how are you doing today? Mine is set up a little differently because my next thing I send is questionnaire. So it really depends. So like mine is, hey, how are you doing today? Do you know about affiliate marketing, or do you need more information? And they always answer the same. Yes, no, I know a little bit. And then I send them my next clip. So that might not work for you unless you have something set up for that next answer, right?
Yeah.
So for you could, I would say, yeah, that's fine. How are you doing today? What about my ad got you interested? Right? Like that's pretty good opening, I think. Does anybody else, you can unmute yourself. You want to help him in creating that first, because this is going to get sent to everybody. Does anybody have any advice for Mike? Everybody's ignoring me, but that's okay.
Should it be like I was wondering what had you interested in my ad?
Yeah, perfect. Yeah.
However
you would normally write.
Sorry, I was just going to respond to what you asked.
Yeah, go ahead.
I tried a bunch of different ones, and the one that worked for me was if it was a video, I would just put what interested you about what I said in my post. What interested you the most about what I said in my post? And that one actually got me the most return.
That's a really good one, yeah.
Yeah, because Garrett had me do, not had me, but he told me to do what has you interested in starting your a business online. That didn't work for me. But that one worked really well. Just because something that you said specifically is the reason for this.
Yeah, totally.
Exactly. That works for me anyway.
Hi guys. Oh, Miss Caitlin Leslie is here, you guys.
So something like that.
What interested you? I would say what did you say, Shauna? What interested you?
I said what I said. Yeah. What about? Okay. Sorry. Hold on. Let me think for a second. What interested you about what I said in my post? Or you can write.
I think, Shauna, you specified on the most, and I like that because
yes, right.
Yeah, like what's interested you the most? Like they really have to think about, okay, what was the one thing that I really liked?
That's what it is. What interested you most? I do mine short.
Yeah.
I don't put I was wondering. I wouldn't put that because I don't know, it creates like a sense of like, I don't know, I just find like the shorter and the sweeter it is, like, and the less words, but the more strong words you use, the more, so I would just put what interested you the most about what I said in my post.
Yeah, I like that. So after most, about what I said in my post.
About what I said in my post, yeah.
Oh, what do you want for a snack, Olivia? You want to say hi? Want to say hi to everybody? She might pee. Okay, go find your mom. Perfect. I like it. So now we're just going to go next because we're done pretty much. This one we keep it at do not send opt-in because it'll send them something. Thanks for subscribing. It kind of lets them know that they're on an automated thing. Do not send that. I think if you scroll down, that's it. But I just want to confirm. It's been a couple days since I've done it. Yeah, okay. So go up to the top where it says growth tool number 4.
Oh.
And click on that. And this is the name of which ad this is. This is the name of which messaging tool this is for. Does that make sense? So whatever
will they see?
Pardon?
Will they see what this is?
No.
Okay.
But just so you know the difference, because for every single ad, you're going to have to go through this process. Does that make sense?
Yep.
So this isn't going to do every single comment on your page. It's only going to do for that specific post.
Okay.
So then go save.
It's funny, this post here, I've called it to the point ad, and it's gotten me most of my leads.
Perfect. And then click active. And then click active, and we're done.
Right
Up at the
there.
top where it's, yeah. So now you'll just have to watch. I know Kate ran into this the other day. She set it to 7 minutes, and somebody commented on her ad, and she went and messaged them right away. And she's like, my ManyChat didn't work. I'm like, dude, because you messaged them before ManyChat could. So it was like, oh, I don't need to message this one. So since you set it for 5 minutes, just know now every time someone comments on your ad, you're still going to have to go in and reply on that comment. So you still get the algorithm up, right? Like and reply to their comment, say, I messaged you. But at least this way, if you're uptown and you don't have a moment to check your things, I just do that once a day now, because it doesn't matter when you reply to their comment. They're already messaging with you. They already understand what's going on. And I just do that once a day now. I just go through all of my ads. Right, messaged you, check your inbox, whatever. And now it's not such a big job, because now all of the initial message is done. Now the only thing is I would be checking your messenger probably at least, once an hour, because now these people have gotten that initial message and you're not responding to them after they've sent something, right?
Yeah.
Because this thing isn't going to continue to message them. It's only going to send that quick little auto response. And then they'll respond back, and then it just gives you time to not have to go check the post, then message. It's just you literally go to your messenger, and you might show up and you'll have 10 new messages, and you're like, where the fuck did these things come from? Because it's not sending you notifications really anymore.
Okay.
Like as soon as you get somebody that's commented on your post, you'll get that notification, and you'll know in 5 minutes my ManyChat's going to message them. And then at some point in the next hour, as soon as I've gotten that notification, I need to go back and check and see if they've responded so that I can respond to them. Does that make sense?
Yep.
Okay. So yeah, so anytime that you add make a new ad, just go back to growth tools, go through the same step. It's really fast. It's really easy. We literally just taught you in less than 10 minutes, right?
Now,
and now it's
sorry, well, this will kick in every time I put this ad up, like split test, any different variation?
No, because when you go to create a new split test or something, unless you're using an existing post in your back office and not creating a new post every time, that would be the only time this would carry through. If you're creating a new post every time, it's not going to carry that post ID over, right? Every time that post ID changes, you need to come in here to growth tools and implement the new post ID and start a new growth tool. Make sense?
Almost.
You'll see. So like anytime, go play around with this. Any other post that you have that is getting comments, go through and implement the post ID. Start this process again, save it, name it, press active, and you'll watch and you'll see that the ManyChat is actually taking all those comments from those posts and messaging them for you. And you don't have to do that initial message. And now with ManyChat, if you go to your dashboard, click on dashboard over there. Every time someone comments on those posts, they become an active subscriber. So within like 4 days, I had like 60 new subscribers. So this is a lot like an Aweber. So now this is a lead list. They have all of their information. You have all of their information because they've subscribed without knowing.
Okay.
Okay, and then when you go, you can go in and do broadcasting where you send to all of your active subscribers. Like say you wanted to send a notice for a webinar, or a notice for, like Jesse's live event. If you wanted to send out, hey, are you in the Edmonton area? I'm going to do that over the next couple of days. Hey, I don't know if you're in the Edmonton area or not, but we are hosting an actual in-person event. Right?
Okay.
I can broadcast to all of those subscribers at once with only having to write it once. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Yeah. So,
Yeah, well,
yeah, so
sorry, go ahead.
So what you were asking before is if I carry a post through and try and split test it and try and Mike, your phone's ringing, or Caitlin, your phone's ringing, somebody's phone's ringing. When you go and like, if that ID number changes, if you don't use an existing post in your ad campaign and you actually go in, take the video, write a new ad set, that creates a new post ID. So it is going to need a new growth tool for that. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Does that make more sense?
Yeah, that
was
makes sense.
it. That's
I
it.
was just, because like, you know how you, every time you split test, all the comments that you've gotten previous on the ad continue with it?
Okay, so the way you're split testing, then yes. The way I split test, then I don't. It doesn't for me because I don't use existing posts like a lot of people do. I'm a weirdo. So for me, it doesn't work that way. But for you, it would work that way. If the comments continue, if the comments follow the post, then yes, it's the same post ID. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Okay. Cool. That's it, you guys. He just set up ManyChat, and now the next lead he gets is going to get messaged without him even doing anything and get implemented into his subscriber list where he can now, over the next couple months, send out broadcasting to every single one of those subscribers. And then with your broadcasting, you will want to do, you know how we said don't do an opt-in? With your broadcast, you will want to say something like, if you don't want any more of these follow-ups, just type stop. And then as soon as ManyChat sees that word stop, it won't send that person, it'll unsubscribe them. So it's not like you're spamming them, right? You're giving them the option to get out with the broadcasting. That would be the only time that I would give them that option though. Like not through your messaging, not through, because by that point now you're talking to that person. You know when to quit, right?
Yeah.
But if you're broadcasting to every single one of those subscribers, some of those people have already told you to fuck off. But you're going to send it out anyway, and then you just write something really nice at the bottom that says, if you don't wish to be followed up with, just type stop. And I will discontinue following up with you. And that will automatically take them off your subscribe list. You don't even have to do anything. They just have to type stop. Make sense?
Yep.
Cool. Okay, well, that's all I got. Does anybody want to touch? I know we did a lot of wins last week. Is there anything that anybody else wants to say this morning? I got to get going soon because Caitlin beat me. But.
Can I just ask you one really quick question? So the difference, and this might be a silly question, but I'm struggling with it. I've never done anything organic before, like ever. So from that goal, I did that video or whatever that goal, I've been like, I can't believe how many people are coming to me. But I'm so used to people like responding to a broad message. So being like, if it's like one of my vague messages, right? Like change your life, you're free, whatever. So this one's been like really clear. This is what affiliate marketing is. So people are coming to me and they already know what affiliate marketing is. They already know what I'm doing. So I'm like, okay, so I don't really want to like interrogate them and ask them a bunch of questions because they're pretty much like, I just want info. So yeah.
This is what I would do. Because they already know the info, I would use it as an interview. How are you going to benefit my team? Why do you think you should be a part of my team? What is it that is going to drive you to succeed in affiliate marketing? Because that's a huge part of what we do. You already know everything, so I have nothing left to tell you. But what I do need to know is if I even want you on my team. Use it more as a qualifying. Does that make sense?
Okay.
Does that answer your question? Sorry, I cut you off, but I was like,
No, that totally answers my question. It's just, these are also people I know too, right? Yeah. So like, it's just different.
Yeah, but even still, you know them, but you don't have to ask the basic questions, and you don't have to find out how old they are, where they live, those kind of things. Where a good question to ask is, especially with its friends, you don't want to be too abrupt with it, but what are your financial goals for the next year, and how close are you to achieving them?
Okay.
That right there will tell you if they're in debt, Even if they are a close friend, it's a nice way of asking, and they'll more than likely give you the answer. It'll be tell you if they even have any financial goals, which if they don't, that's a really bad sign. If they're not looking forward to the future of what they want to create for themselves. And how close they are to achieving them. If their goal is to make $10,000 a month and you ask them that question, they'll be like, yeah, I'm about $8,000 away. Like, so now you know how much monthly income they make. Or now you know how much debt they're in and if they're even close to paying it off. Like I just had one, she was going through bankruptcy, and normally that would be a red flag for me. But she's like, but I'm so close. I only have 5 more days until my whole bankruptcy thing is over and done with, and I never have to pay for it again. I've been dealing with it for my last 7 years. So yes, her credit's gonna be shit, but she's no longer big. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So you just find out a lot. You got to think of questions like that, where, especially when you're dealing with friends and stuff, where it's not like evasive, or I don't even know if that's true, but it's still getting the information that you need and treat it like an interview, right? For them. Okay,
Yeah.
why do you think? Because friends can be bullshit, right?
Yeah.
They think you're just going to help them the entire way and create their success for you. Why do you think you can succeed in this? What are you going to offer me? Because I'm not just going to do everything for you. You have to want it. So that's how I do it.
That's perfect. That's very helpful. Thank you.
Yep. Anybody else have a quick question before I hop off? No? Okay. I love and appreciate you guys. Thank you, Mike, for letting me do that. Keep an eye on it, though, because I think you only have a 14-day free trial. So you will have to upgrade to Pro. It should be just in your settings. $10. Well, it works out to $12 a month because it's $10 US. But super cheap little assistant. Like, you can't get a cheaper assistant than that. And plus, now you have a super cheap lead list. You're already paid for those leads. Now you're just paying pennies on the dollar to keep them. Right?
Perfect. Thank you for helping me set it up.
Yeah, no problem. Let me know when you get your first message. And it's quite the feeling. You're like, holy shit, I didn't have to do anything.
I hope you don't mind it. For the short little bit, I might ask you just for reminder information.
Oh, yeah, that's fine.
Okay.
Yeah, and I'm going to record this and post it probably later today, so you guys can always go through this, like when you're setting it up yourselves, and replay it, especially even you, Mike, because we've been through it, but we kind of went through it quickly. So anytime you want to add a new ad into it, just go back, use this little Zoom to walk you through each step. And every time it's the same step, it's just a different post ID.
Okay.
Okay, cool. I love you guys. Appreciate you. We'll talk tomorrow.
Bye. See everybody later.
See ya.